Well, we'll have a little Friday night football, college football edition coming up a little bit later. But let's get into our Blaine Berrio Play of the Night nominees.
Our first play coming from Acadiana, the punt block, touchdown return. The ball shot into the air. Caleb Arsenal does a great job fighting out of the tackle and in for the score. They sparked the Rams, who scored 29 in the second quarter tonight in their blowout win. And then play number 2 is going to come from STM. Carter Domingue is going to be able to come down with the You Got Moss touchdown catch. Look at it again. The great control, steps over the defender. That's a little disrespectful. You can't do that, Carter.
Yeah, you just got to do what you got to do.
But that's a good touchdown, though. That's play number 2. And then play number 3 is actually going to come from Lauraville.
Yeah, we saw this just a minute ago.
As you see Caleb Jacob channeling his inner Kyler Murray on the scramble, breaking tackle. And then he's going to dive for 6. The unbelievable effort. 6-zip Tigers. You know what to do. Vote on this play throughout the weekend. You can vote until 8 p.m. Sunday. The winner will be named on Sunday night in our 10 p.m. Sportscast.
So we're definitely trying to get you those Ragin' Cajun football highlights, but we are waiting on that game to end.
Can't show it just yet.
We can't show it yet. It's a nail biter. I believe it's 24-21 late in that game. We're going to try to have those highlights if we can get to it. But let's go ahead and move on with our high school football. We got a little bit of 1A action tonight, and this game is Oberlin taking on Centerville. First drive, Nico Daraway to Travis Bilio to touchdown. Dogs going up 6-0. Tigers would answer. Defense forced the fumble. And Simeon takes the handoff and scores 7-6. Bulldogs not done. Daraway to Bilio. He's going to turn on the Jets for the touchdown. This is going to end up being a shootout tonight, as it's Centerville who is going to beat Oberlin by a score of 42-40.
Centerville pulling out the victory there. And then we have Basile and Haynesville in the 7-10 split. Haynesville up 6-0 in the second quarter. Basile hand off to number 5 for the big run, and he's rumbling, bumbling, carrying a few guys, brought down by Haynesville's Jonathan Bean. Basile once again is going to be powered by the number 5. I feel like Count Dracula. Haynesville, though, is going to get the win.
That's the number.
That's the number. 18-0. There is the final.
So taking a look at that bracket, Basile, though, not advancing, being shut out. So we'll keep that rolling on to our next bracket, where it's Centerville who will advance to take on Grand Lake next week. Grand Lake getting that win. So let's take out a little 3A action. 10 seed St. Martinville taking a trip to Shreveport, Seth.
Yes, to face Green Oaks. Giants looking to get things going early with this flea flicker, but Keith Baker is going to be stripped by St. Martinville. They weren't fooled. You can't fool St. Martinville like that. They're going to recover the fumble. And then a few plays later, Tanner Harrison is going to take it in for the easy 6 points. Keith Baker now is going to come back with a vengeance for Green Oaks, and he's going to drop the beautiful pass to Jalen Johnson for the touchdown, and the Giants take the lead with this short touchdown run by Jameis Sanders. Here he goes as he is plunging his way into pay dirt, but St. Martinville would answer right back as Steven Blanco charges in for the touchdown. St. Martinville gets the win on the road, 35-20. Number 4, Church Point visiting Bruley in the second round. Late first quarter, the Bears triple option. It's Thailand Citizen time. 6-0 Church Point. Before the half, Bruley trying to make something happen, but they are going to be picked off by Armstead Mouton. And as you can see right there, he comes up with the interception. Third quarter, it's Citizen again down the sideline, 14-0 Church Point. Church Point may have had to take the show on the road, but the show will continue. 22-0, the Bears advance. With the win, Church Point will play St. James next week as St. James defeated Sterlington 28-7. St. Martinville advancing to play Union Parish here in the 3A quarterfinals as Union Parish rolled BT Washington 53-21. And Jennings comeback win propels them into a meeting with Madison Prep next week.
Well, we aren't going to be able to show this college football, so I'm literally telling our producers on the fly that we cannot show this video. We cannot show the score because Well, we're still in it. It's currently Cajuns 24-21. App State driving in that game. And if I just chased you all away from Friday Night Football, well, then what can I do? Because that is becoming a great game. But we will move into our headlines of the night, because I think that's all that's left in our show, Seth. So let's go ahead and talk about what we did see tonight. And really the first thing was we saw number 1 seeds. They just continued to roll this week. Karen Crow, Acadiana, both getting wins, as did Jennings in comeback fashion.
Yeah, I mean, it's what was expected. You know, I mean, it kind of had a little bit of a first week feel, you know, when you talk about Karen Crow. But I mean, you know, they were able to roll. You look at STM, you know, it was a little bit of a slow start for them on offense, but they got to rolling 35-0. And then LCA, I know you were talking about 1 seeds, but just, you know, and I almost feel like STM and LCA, like they just feel like
they should be 1 seeds.
But STM's a 2 seed, and I still can't figure out how LCA is the 5 seed. I need to figure out the power system. But being able to squeak out a win actually on the road, edge out a win, and now they get to face Newman, the number 1 seed, who had a scare from Catholic of New Iberia tonight.
But LCA might have to do without Sage Ryan, and that is certainly a big game changer. We saw him on that touchdown run. It ended up being the game-winning touchdown, but you know, when we showed you that video, he was being tackled and he was and you know, he came up hobbling in those last 5-7 yards before he was tackled into the end zone. And the video didn't roll the whole way, but if you watched him there after the play, he laid on the ground grabbing his hamstring. That's never good when a player suffers a hamstring injury. So it'd be very difficult if LCA has to continue on without Sage Ryan. I know that team is loaded with tons of talent, but the most talented guy is him.
And you hope it was just, I mean, obviously he didn't come back into the game with a hamstring, but hamstrings don't always linger. So you would just hope that he's able to come back and play for a game, because I know one thing. If there's anything I know about LCA, they are up for challenges. And to be able to face off against a guy like Arch Manning, the nephew of Peyton and Eli Manning, in that next round, I know that defensive backfield for LCA is licking their chops just for the opportunity to play a game like that.
Yeah, don't mind me right now. I am trying to check in on the Cajuns game right now.
I've already put my head down too.
I'm trying to look in to see if we can show these highlights, because if we can, I would love to. It's been a great game.
Yeah, I mean, look, we can tell you this much. UL really has looked impressive, or it looked impressive, I guess, up until the point that we had got to set. They were up 24-10 at one point.
And then it's been a big charge from App State. I don't know why I'm looking over you. I always get confused
I know,
on this
but
split screen.
Okay.
We're just ad-libbing at this point.
No, but I mean, you talk about Levi Lewis, and something that we talk about all the time is that, you know, Levi Lewis was a great quarterback at Scotlandville High School. And he was such a dual threat. Not only was he able to use his arm, but he's a very athletic guy. But with the Cajuns, he's really more of a pocket passer. And tonight he's been using his legs, and he's been using it to their advantage. The Cajuns have never beat App State before in the history of that series. So they are trying to hold on for their first win in that one. Of course, the Cajuns are already in the Sun Belt Championship game, but this one is personal.
Yeah, and this one may be going to overtime. So you know what? I want to send you guys to that game. We want to go watch that game. We're going to wrap this thing up just a few seconds early. That will do it for tonight's edition.
Actually, about 5 seconds left in that game.
I know.
I know.
That will do it for this weekend's edition of Friday Night Football. Now, next Friday night will be our last full 30-minute show, though, as we always do, we'll continue following our Acadiana teams throughout the state championships, just within our regularly scheduled programming instead. For Seth Lewis, Brianna Aldridge, and the entire KATC staff that works so hard every week to put this show on, I'm Andrew Clay. Thanks for watching.